we'll see if it can actually take it down again here, as we do see both players shuffling. You see Jeff Foster with the trophy. That's what we're playing for here. We'll see if Edwin can take it or Aaron LeBlanc.
A trophy that I've been wanting for so long. All right. Both players shuffling up for this match. Aaron does get to be on the play, which is going to be devastating against Bant. Aaron always wants to wave. Oh, that's a provocative wave. But Edwin does have Supreme Verdict, so if Aaron does fumble a little bit and is not able to get that turn 3 or 4 kill, we might see Farseek into Supreme Verdict from Edwin. And knowing that you're playing against Blitz is a lot different than not knowing in a tournament. So knowing that he has to have an aggressive start changes things, because when you're in the middle of a Swiss and you're used to playing against Junk and having some time, you might keep some loose ones. And then Champion into Burning Tree Emissary into Lightning Mauler makes you go to the sideboard immediately. That happened to me when I was in Indianapolis playing Rights. I looked at my opponent. I've seen him in many tournaments thinking he was going to be playing a blue deck, and he came out with Champion of the Parish and I came shuffling. All right, and as we see, we're still just finishing up shuffling each other's decks.
So again, LeBlanc will be on the play. He is your number 1 seed this tournament. Edwin number 3. And we do see Aaron's going to take a look at his 3 cards. We're going to be crowning a champion after this match. This is our last match here on the weekend. Again, Cedric Hills, Brad Nelson, Star City Games Open Series here in Orlando, second of our double standard weekend. Looks like both players are happy. We see a Temple Guard and we see Experiment 1, not champion of the parish.
We found a chink in his armor.
Yes, he did. So we'll see what Edwin's going to follow up with here. So he's going to draw a card. You see a Centaur Healer in his hand already, and he's going to leave with a Temple Guard of his own, pass that turn back. Aaron does have a Sacred Fountain. Yeah. Let's see what his follow-up will be as he goes down to 16.
All right, what do we have?
We have a Thalia Guardian of Thraben, so that is certainly a good draw. And in for 2 we go.
Yeah, that is a big card in this matchup while you're on the play that stops any Farseeks from seeing play. Supreme Verdicts cost 4. Edwin definitely needs a Centaur Healer to even interact in this match. Oh, and we see one at least.
Yeah, he does have at least 1 Centaur Healer in his hand. You see a Thragtusk as well. Looks like we see 2, potentially 3 Centaur Healers in his hand. So we'll see how this game goes. And we do see Aaron with Burning Tree Emissary for the draw. So let's see what he's going to follow up with.
No, he gets a Boros Elite, a Burning Tree Emissary, and a Lightning Mauler. So he's going to be able to pair Boros Elite with Lightning Mauler, as well as getting that Burning Tree Emissary into play. This is a very powerful turn for Aaron. He stopped a Farseek, as well as just getting on this board.
And there is your Boros Elite as well. There's your pair, and here's your beatdowns. Battalion triggers in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Imagine if that was a champion of the parish. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Is that's an attack for 9.
4 damage. You know, that's just exactly it.
And so Beckwith will go down to 9. He's going to play that Sun Petal Grove into a Centaur Healer, so he's going to push himself back up to 12.
Yeah, but
as you're going to see LeBlanc untap and draw. You see a Boros Elite. It looks like we have a Flint Hoof Boar and beat down clock.
And that is exactly lethal.
So if he does jump in front of the board, you're going to see it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You are correct, my friend. It's like you've played this deck before.
Played it a couple times.
Yeah, it's like you've been killing people on turn 4 before like this.
I have played many decks with complex combat for years. I'm used to adding up damage.
Yeah, and we see a very, very quick start there from Aaron LeBlanc. So it wasn't champion of the parish, but no champion, no problem.
No.
As Aaron LeBlanc is up a game. We'll go over those sideboards for you guys in just a moment, but we are going to cut it back here in the booth really quickly because we've got 12 months to give away. We've got the same question that we asked yesterday in the finals. If you remember that question, we're going to ask it again. Hey, gotta do it.
If you remember that question, is that the question?
Is this not the question?
Is this questionception?
It's questionitis.
Questionitis?
It's questionitis. And the question that we asked yesterday, and the question we're going to ask again for you guys is, next weekend, we're going to be in the city for the Invitational. He's going to be playing. I'm going to be casting. And how do you enter? Of course, hashtag the answer on Twitter, SCG Premium. You guys know the drill by now. Let's not kid ourselves.
This tournament is April 4th through 6th.
That's right.
It is hosting not only an open that is standard, an open that is legacy, but the invitational that all of us go to. You'll see Jerry, Todd, me, a lot of the other SCG people.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be in attendance, and you should be too if you're qualified. And if you can name the city this is in, tweet the answer, SCG Premium. We'll select one person for who does get it right, and shame on you if you get it wrong. I'll tell you what, they have Chick-fil-A's and they have Waffle Houses. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I live within a mile of each. I don't know if you do.
Must be nice. No Chick-fil-A's in Seattle, no Waffle Houses in Seattle. Still the second best city in the country behind San Diego. Not close.
Yeah, San Diego. I will agree with you.
Yeah, not close. I will not listen to any arguments otherwise.
What? No, you're completely right. They're beautiful cities.
Yeah. So we are going to cut back here. We're going to analyze these sideboards for you guys. We'll bring those up on the screen as well as our young master. He's got a game. It was a quick one. It was brutal.
It doesn't even matter. There's no play decisions made at all for Wolfram Bat. That is a draw you just cannot beat. Welcome to Magic. He couldn't have done anything against that because of how his deck is designed. Blitz is just too fast. Had the Thalia, had the triple creature draw on turn 3. Far too powerful for a Wolfram Bant deck to come back. No Azur's Charm could even have saved him on turn 2 because of the Thalia. So when we move to sideboard, the biggest problem with Edwin's list is it is very geared towards control after sideboard. He has 3 Rest in Peace, and the rest of his sideboard looks very well positioned for other Esper decks. I think he was ready to play against control decks. Maybe he had a tough time going deep against them and finding he had made mistakes because he just has all the spells. He has 2 Jace Memory Adepts, 2 Assemble the Legions, 3 Geists, a couple Negates, and some Witchbane Orbs. But that is not going to help him in this matchup, where Aaron also doesn't have too many cards for this matchup. He does have Boros Charm, much better card against Esper since you're not fighting so many creatures. You're just more of a linear matchup there where you just attack against removal, whereas Edwin can clog the board a ton, forcing Edwin into very difficult situations, trying to deal with a big board of creatures that all gain him a bunch of life. So one of the things I think we're going to see is Aaron probably cutting a couple, like shaving a couple cards that aren't as powerful, like Lightning Maulers potentially, and getting in those Boros Charms, or he might just play his main deck, which I was teetering on when I was playing this deck against Ban. I didn't even know what was better, because those Gorkon Rampagers do work. On Edwin's side, I don't think he can sideboard a card.
Yeah, I think everything he brings in is horribly narrow. And nothing here to Tamsada is just like, yeah, this is totally coming in for 9 Blitz. It just doesn't exist. And I agree with you. I mean, it kind of stinks to have to leave Assemble the Legion in your main deck. It's only one of, but if he does draw it, in the first, I don't know, 7 to 10 turns of the game, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe you can sideboard that out for a Dissipate because you are going to be on the play. It could be a little bit more reasonable. But again, I agree with you. There is almost nothing that he can sideboard in here. It's a very, very difficult spot.
Yeah, so what's funny enough is both players might not sideboard since they have perfect information. I mean, Aaron probably does need to bring in some Boros Charms because they're needed if you get Supreme Verdict, and because of 4 copies of it, it is tough.
So we do see both players shuffling up here for game number 2. Again, Edwin Beckwith on the right, Wolfram Bant. Aaron LeBlanc on the left. Naya Blitz versus Wolfram Bant. We'll see who can be the victor here. If you guys do want to interact with us for the last 2 games, hopefully, of course, tweet us at SCG Live, hashtag SCGORL, because we do see Edwin will be on the play here for game number 2. And hopefully we'll move on to game number 3, as I think Edwin's deck is situated pretty well here to be able to take down the Naya Blitz deck, but it is certainly difficult when you're on the draw, especially when Aaron does draw like that, as he has had no trouble drawing Burning Tree Emissaries over the course of this weekend. So let's see what does happen here between these 2 players. Going to crown a new champion either way, and it's going to be a new deck too, which is awesome. It is not going to be Junk Reanimator yet again. Junk Reanimator does not get to 4-peat, which I'm glad I can say. No 4P for that deck.
It doesn't. No deck deserves that. No. Are we at the point where like Wizards are gonna be like, do we really have to ban?
Yeah, that's
something?
not gonna happen.
Well, it's not gonna happen. But like, what if it won 8 tournaments in a row?
I don't care. That deck is not powerful enough to ban anything.
If it wins 8 tournaments in a row, I think.
Nope. No. That means people just can't figure out how to beat it when there are plenty of ways to beat that deck. It is not ridiculous.
All right. So
we've seen ridiculous.
Something
decks.
that is ridiculous is Aaron LeBlanc's Naya Blitz deck. We're going to see another aggressive draw, and because he was going between that experiment and that, I do believe we're going to see yet again a Burning Tree Emissary into Lightning Mauler draw.
So maybe a little 7 damage here. If he does draw Champion of the Parish for the turn, you see a second Cavern of Souls. What's he going to lead out here with? Champion of the Parish, Experiment 1. You're going to pump up the jam, so in comes the Boros Leap for 1. It's going to be attacking for 3 next turn, most likely, even though Edwin does have Intentions here in his hand.
Edwin kept a hand without any Ravnica duels, which meant that he went tap, and that's a little too slow. Here's a Farseek Going to take all this damage. Does he have a Supreme Verdict in his hand? Because he is going to need one.
He is going to need one, or he is going to be taking a fistful of damage. Did you see Farseek there from Edwin? So he's going to search out a Sacred Foundry and pass the turn back here. And you see Aaron's hand. You see Burning Tree Emissary. You see Lightning Mauler. He is really ready to give the beatdowns this turn.
Well, it is a one-hit wonder, though, because he has 2 Caverns and 2 Boars. Yep. So if Edwin can top deck a Supreme Verdict, he is not going to be able to deal with, or he's going to shut down Aaron completely.
And you see him moving here. Burning Tree Emissary. He's going to up that Spirit one, up that Champion of the Parish. Going to be a Lightning Mauler.
Did you see the double dice action here?
Yeah. And he is moving in.
Yeah.
So we see an attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just 13 on turn 3. No biggie. No big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Edwin, it's, you had a pretty good start. You better have Supreme Verdict right now.
Oh, that's game.
Is that not Supreme Verdict? Oh, no.
He's doing my finger cross thing. He's doing it.
You see Detention Sphere. You see Thragtusk, Sphinx's Revelation, all these cards, none of them are Supreme Verdict, and a concession on turn 4 by Edwin Beckwith. Aaron LeBlanc, Naya Blitz, 2-0 with unbelievable draws, and you see a trophy, and you see a happy man. Congratulations to him. Incredible work there, as he does not lose a match all day with Naya Blitz. We were kind of wondering here.
We saw it. Oh, sorry.
We were kind of wondering here in the booth if this deck